How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today I'm going to show you a snippet from a new podcast I'm doing with Andrew Howell called Wrench Every Day. Now, we're going to be posting this every single weekday on the Wrench Every Day channel, so be sure to subscribe, like, and ask us lots and lots of questions, because we're going to be talking about tools, wrenching, engine swaps, and everything having to do with cars and car culture. So check it out in the link below.
Recently, I've never had the money to really buy modifications for cars. So
sure.
It's kind of I've always been into cars. I've always been a car nerd.
Right.
It's just up until recently, Have never had the means to, or the reason to work on a car other than maintenance. So
yeah, that's very fair. Wow. One of the things that really get people out of car culture, out of modifying their cars, is the money. But how much money is, like, what's too much money for you? Like, let's say I want to have a mod for my car. Like, it's something that I wish for my car build, but what's the break point for you? Like, is it I can go not eating for a few days, or like, I could, is it something like that, or
no? So I try not to put myself in an uncomfortable situation. What I do is I set aside money and I just save up until I can afford whatever part I want.
It's weird. What we talked about this in another episode. I usually save money and then I buy things. Like, but what if you want to buy them now, but you don't have the money?
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the whole credit card thing.
Yeah,
I try to build my credit in other ways.
Okay, cool. So the thing that got me is actually the thing that attracted me to working on my own cars is just the fact that I didn't have any money. It's just the fact that I wouldn't say I grew up poor, but it definitely wasn't rich. It was just middle class.
Yeah.
And if you have a car and you're trying to impress people, like you are apt to do when you're
at 16
late. I was a late bloomer. I got my car when I was 18.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
does that mean I've been driving longer than you have?
You probably have. So you have some experience on me. You definitely do.
Up there on the roads of Florida.
Exactly. Straight roads of life.
Yep.
So when you have no money and you're kind of struggling for every, when you go, that feeling when you go to the gas pump and you only got like $5 and you're like, crap. You go to the guy and tell him, can you put like $4.50 on there? So, just to get me home. But I've had that as like $2 or something, and that'll get me home. That's like it's a gallon,
Ish.
It's a gallon.
It's only 5 miles to home. That'll give me like 25 miles.
Yeah, it's good for today and tomorrow.
You start budgeting miles.
Yeah. I mean that's you don't want to be in that spot and also trying to do car mods, but I was there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a fun place to be because you have nothing basically to lose, but you have there's a lot of, like, I had to think of mods that were very cheap, but nobody has done. So one of the things I did on my Maxima was I put a gauge cluster from a newer Maxima in there, which is harder than you think because the bezels were different, the engine was different, but I figured out that I could just they were different, but they were similar enough that I can just basically take a wiring diagram from the newer one and the older one, and then just splice like 55 wires together. And I'm like, and then I did it, and it worked. And I'm like, oh, look at that, I did it. And all I did was I bought a cluster for like $30 on eBay.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got a new cluster, and it's never been done before.
Heck yeah.
Or something like take G35 windshield wipers, and if you know the G35, it had the sprayers inside the wiper.
Yeah,
which was really cool. I'm like, I want that for my car. So you get windshield wipers for $20-$25, and then you do it. You do the mod, and it works, and you do stuff like that. Just little things like that, and then it's like you have a car that is unique, and you're like, whoa, how'd you do that? Well, it's because I didn't have any money. Let me tell you a story about overdraft.